contact with you, presuming that you are, in fact, the messengers or the people sent forth by the older members to make that contact possible.
Not that you'll have time to play it.
Am I asking the wrong questions here?
No, not at all. Those are good questions.
You're right, they are.
2,000 years ago, an individual who the Bible refers to as Jesus had the same formula with him. And he tried to share this information with the general public at the time, and they found it so offensive they hung him up on a cross for it. Well, the formula is the same. You have to leave your family. You have to leave all of your addictions behind. You can't take your sex with you. You can't take your dog. You can't take your brother, your sister. And those are harsh things for a human to endure. And it's a very tough message. But what we're really saying is that for those individuals who have outgrown the need for recognizing those addictions, or the need for indulging in those addictions, that a rep is here now who can help them with their overcoming process, because he's been through it. He knows how to help us in our own overcoming. But he then takes us through this process, and then we will literally leave the planet and enter another kingdom level of existence, which which will have different kinds of bodies. These bodies won't necessarily be usable there.
And this information is for people who are seeking, who haven't been able to find what they're looking for. In other words, who...
That's half the human race,
It's not Christian.
Well...
from my observation.
But wait a minute. I thought it was a lot simpler than that. I mean, forgive me if I'm being simplistic, but
You can
Again,
type things on
Jesus
the
said, "Know the truth, and it shall make you free." What
screen.
more do you need to
You'll be
do?
able to see it in Bob White.
Why do you have to do anything else? Why do you have to leave behind your family? What if your
Well,
family needs you?
Jesus also said that if you want to enter the kingdom of heaven, you've got to stop what you're doing, drop everything, and come and follow him.
But isn't it kind of a violation, given that that's so?
Don?
Isn't it, it's kind of like, we're having a man on this program in about a week talking about global ethics. He talks about two rights, the conflict between two rights. Okay, we have a value on this planet, taught by Jesus, by the way, and other masters. A value about loyalty, a value about doing what you say you're going to do, a value about being there and being strong for those who depend on you, for those you have caused to be dependent upon you, like your
Not a
children.
Christian message.
How do we reconcile that value with the other value that you speak of, needing to let go of everything, all of our supposed addictions?
You also said you didn't work.
Well, let me follow
Right,
through.
is that correct?
Yeah, but let me follow through here. So here
Do
we,
you work or do you not work?
Bob White.
not in the
and
classic
then,
sense. They don't have 9-to-5 jobs.
Even
They do not.
pregnancy, too.
What do you do then?
They go around the country
You can
and
put
they
that in
give
there,
these meetings and they live off of what the universe
Not solely a
provides.
Christian message.
That's their answer in short.
I don't understand what that
We
means.
financed ourselves for a few months on this project. However, those funds were quickly depleted. And now we go into communities, hold meetings, and we ask individuals who feel good about what we're doing, who feel that there's a reality to it, to help us with our needs.
But let me pursue, because you got me off track here. I was leading to a very profound question.
Of course.
Yeah, which, as opposed to these simplistic inquiries that normally are generated by your mind. I was trying to talk about the problem here of two rights. Now we have, if we are to lead moral, upstanding lives based on a system of ethics and higher principles, then the business of dropping everything, including your attachments, including your reliability, just stepping away from your children, your parents, those elderly who depend on you, walking away saying, "Gee, I'd like to be there, Dad, for you, even as you were there for me when I was young." But
Okay, this is not a institution that gets propagated throughout all mankind to behave this way. It's right for humans to take care of their families during the growth cycle of a planet, but there's only a small window of time when the next representative comes from the next level that says, okay, the litter is ready. Those in the litter who choose to get away from the litter and become a part of the kingdom of God are now, this is the opportunity for that. That opportunity won't go on much past, we don't know how long it's going to be, but it's a very short time. And after that, that opportunity doesn't exist, and humans don't drop everything and do what we're doing.
So, but during this window of opportunity, we are in fact to drop our relationships with our families, our loved ones, our children.
Only those who have the recognition.
Well, I understand, but I'm talking about those. Those people would just say to their wives, honey, it's really been fun, and to their 4 and 8 and 10-year-old kids, daddy's gotta go.
We understand, and it's difficult, and
Well, it's
a
not only
lot
difficult.
of us have had to do
It's
that.
not only difficult, but forgive me, it seems to violate, it creates a problem of ethics. It seems to violate something very deep inside of us that says, wait a minute, this can't be right. It can't be right for me to leave my 6-year-old crying at the door, daddy, daddy, in search for God. And say to him, or at least say in our own heads, I'm doing it because I'm going to heaven. I'm a better person, and I'm going to a better place. And if you need me, too bad, get through your life without me. Somehow, do you see the conflict at least? Tell me that you see the conflict. Shake your head yes if you do. If you don't, shake your head no.
We know that the next kingdom level is a person can be of greater service to his children if he relates to his children at that time. We know that these bodies, the children that you talk of, are offspring from our vehicles, our bodies. And our bodies are not us. Us is the soul that occupies the body. And that soul was created by our Creator. The obligation that we have to our Creator is much greater than the obligations that we have to our vehicles and the offsprings of our vehicles.
But if that's so, why has every teacher who's walked the planet, including Jesus, taught the things that we're speaking of here about loyalty, about not stepping away from your children, about the sanctity of marriage, and about all of that?
Oh, I beg to differ with you. He said quite clearly that you have to hate your brother, you have to hate your mother, and you have to break away from your family if you want to follow him.
Mm-hmm.
Why hate?
I don't think he meant hate literally. I think he meant hate
Well,
the
Not-
need, hate
not-
the need
Odd choice of words.
Not hate is in a sense that you
despise them.
despise them or feel any ill will towards them, but you hate the
Tie-downedness that
But
you get addicted
Didn't
to.
Jesus love his mother?
Yeah, but he also stepped away from her and said, Mother.
No, he didn't.
He didn't?
He was killed. He was murdered.
What did he say to his mother when she was at the bottom, at the foot of the cross? What did he say
I don't
to her?
know.
What did he say to her?
This is pretty contrived.
Well, no, what did he say to her?
I mean, if we're talking about Jesus, let's get honest here. Let's get real.
Well, Christ, what was quoted.
We would like to take it out of the Christian context because this is not just about Christianity.
Yeah.
Christianity is only one of the ways that the next level has related to this planet. They've related to this planet in a lot of other, what now are called other kinds of religions. Buddha, the different, Mohammed. There's a number of different, what we look at now as religions, all had their origin from the next level. They were ways that the next level could use to relate to humans in ways that humans might be able to understand.
Well, if a person came to your meeting Monday and really recognized who you are and the truth of this message, they would lay down their arms, so to speak, pack up their bags and say, where are you guys going? I'm going with you.
That's right.
Some have.
So there's room in your car?
Where are you going?
I mean, so to speak. There's room in your
well,
caravan?
at this point we don't know.
Think you'll meet a flying saucer that will take you somewhere?
We'll talk about that in a bit. We want to get to the phones. We do want to hear about UFOs and all of that in just a bit, but the phones are buzzing. Here is Don. Folks, those of you who are calling in, we're sorry to make you wait so long, but you see, we're having so much fun in this program. To hell with you. Here is Don on line.
There is no hell, Bob.
No, there is not. To whatever it is with you. Don on line 1. Don, you're radioactive.
Okay. I'm still waiting to hear the answer to your question, Bob.
I'm asking good questions tonight. Wouldn't you say so, Don?
I know. Congratulations. Was that, you've reiterated, your guests have reiterated several times that you have to leave everything, and hate your family, and et cetera, et cetera.
Well, they clarified what they meant by hate.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
I don't think so, but go ahead anyway.
But then I'm saying, in relation to paralleling it with what Jesus said, his next phrase was, come and follow me. Now I'm still waiting to hear, what are you saying? Are you saying, come and follow me, or are you just saying, leave everything, and then what?
That's a very good question, Don. A very good question. If they were to, in effect, leave everything, if those who recognize the message and the truth of it were to drop everything, what then would they do? It's really kind of where I was trying to get to myself a few minutes ago. What then happens? Do they, in fact, join your caravan and follow you, or do they start their own church on the corner, or what, in fact, do they do? play bingo every Tuesday night, or what happens?
Well, they would literally come with us and do what we are doing.
I
And
see.
we would help them to the best of
Here's
their,
a
of our
traffic
ability.
update. You can play all night
And they
tonight.
would
Alice can
establish
play
a
all day
direct
tomorrow.
relationship with our older member, with the one who we feel is an older.
Where is that person? Current.
That's my next question is.
I'm way ahead of you, Don.
Yeah.
Where is that person? I may want to just drive there to hell with you. Who needs an intermediary? I want to drive there myself.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Well-
Well, where is he? Is he in the country, in the States, in the world? Where is he?
Is he still occupying a body on this planet?
Yes, he is.
Where is that body now?
Well, we honestly don't know his exact location.
Well, is he in the country?
We stay in touch with him
How?
by telephone.
Well, if you don't know where he is, how can you call him?
How do you know he's not the devil?
We
Playing
have-
a beautiful
we have-
mind game with you.
That's a good question. We recognize him for what he's, for the things that we've seen in him over the last 18 years that some of us have been with him. And go ahead. It's this gift of recognition again, is that we recognize this to be right. We recognize it to be true for
Well,
us.
let me ask you this. Are you superior to the rest of us?
No.
But you must be able to be if you can hear what others can't.
Or recognize?
Or recognize things that the rest of us lowly humans can't.
That doesn't mean we're superior at all.
Well, if you're evolving, then you will be superior, won't you be? And isn't that the hook? You will be better. You'll know all things. You'll know good and evil.
We feel that we feel that we're literally going to be children in that kingdom. In other words,
But that kingdom is preferable to this, so David's definition still stands. Given that that kingdom is better than this one, you will in fact be better off at least.
Well, we don't feel that we did anything to deserve the gift of
Well,
recognition.
that wasn't
we
his
have.
question,
And
whether
so-
you did anything to deserve it. His question was, isn't it in fact your teaching that those who awaken to this truth will be better off than those who do not? Let's start with that. Isn't that in fact the teaching?
Sure.
Won't you be better off than I if I don't wake up to this teaching, or if I'm not one of the predestined ones?
Yes.
well, if the individual recognizes this information and starts applying the overcoming process,
Yeah.
he has an opportunity to literally move into that kingdom and have an opportunity for eternal life.
Have you ever met your older member personally?
Yes, we have a relationship with him now.
How many times have you met this person?
Some of us has spent years with him. Others have spent months.
Where does he go when he's not with you? Why doesn't he stay with you?
He has other work to do.
Or why don't you stay with him?
Why don't you stay with him?
Because they're on a mission. They already answered that question.
He's given
All right,
us a
all right.
task of going out right now and relating to people
Yeah.
and sharing with others the information that
Yeah, you
We
made
have.
that clear.
You're following your directions that have been given to you by your older
Yeah.
member.
Yes.
Don, we have to run. Any closing question or comment?
No, I'm just intrigued by everything that's being said and just looking for more clarification.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thanks.
come to our meeting.
Dolores is online too. Dolores?
Hello.
Dolores is one of them.
No.
My mistake.
I'd like to know how the heart figures into all this. I'd like to know how love fits into your scenario. I'd like to know what love means to you, what unconditional love means
Good
to you.
question. Good question. Speak right into the microphone. Nice and clear.
Well, we feel that the individual who came from that kingdom into this kingdom literally forfeited his vehicle to come and do this task. To give us and other individuals the opportunity, if they wanted to move out of the human kingdom and literally become children in his kingdom.
I can't help feeling that it's self-serving to want to do that. for
Well, of course it
one's
is
own sake.
self-serving. It is self-serving.
That's not love, is it?
Oh, sure.
No, it isn't.
Why can't
Self-serving is love.
Well, why can't love be self-serving?
Because that's the antithesis of love.
We feel like that our Creator has a lot of love to be given an opportunity to creatures that He created to become one with Him, to become members of His kingdom level and have an eternal evolutionary path, one that never, you don't have to die. This is the greatest gift we feel, and the greatest kind of love is for a father to give his children this opportunity.
So basically,
Sounds very cerebral to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't speak to my heart.
well, it sounds like what this guy does is he parks his car in his other world, and he moves between that world and this world, takes somebody else's body, which I don't think is fair to begin with, and controls that body, and then leaves it behind when he's done.
Individuality, I don't like that. And individuality is where it's at.
Well, this is one of the things that we feel is necessary for us to give up is individuality. We still have option to move in any direction at any time, but we know that this doesn't speak to everyone, and if it doesn't speak to you, that's fine. We're not saying that there's anything. We're not judging anyone from this.
I feel that love is, and everything else is beside the point.
And we respect your view.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Dolores.
Well, it's 27 past the hour, and our number is 1-800-449-TALK. What is the purpose of life?
Well, that's a pretty big question.
Indeed
What
it
is the
is.
purpose of human life?
I'll
What is the
accept-
purpose of an ant?
I'll
or-
accept it on any level that you want to respond to. What is the purpose of life? What do you understand to be the purpose of
Well, we know
your existence?
we know the purpose of our lives.
Well, start with that.
Our lives are to become better servants for our older member, to become to change and become literally a creature that has no need for human addictions.
Why did the creature that we call God, our Creator, as you refer to that
You're gonna be
person,
the first one
create
back
us?
to
What
the
was the
break,
purpose
okay?
of that creation?
Thanks, hold on.
What is the ultimate raison d'etre, the ultimate reason for being?
And you
We
first
can't pretend to know
Marvin,
Have you any
the
clue?
kind of reasoning that, our brains are limited. We can't even conceive of eternity.
Have you any clue at all? It seems like Yvonne is about ready to answer the question, and Rick comes in and says, what is your idea about that?
Well, we feel that, well, at least for us, we know that,
Talk Radio Network.
I'm going to tell you how I would answer it. The purpose of life is for all of us to become one with God. That is the purpose of life, for us to know who we really are, to fulfill ourselves, to become the fullest living expression
Brian,
of that
line
which
3,
is,
Brian, line 3,
that there
Brian,
ever
line
could
3,
be.
Brian, line 3.
That's the purpose of it all. You're involved in that process even as we speak.
It's just gets weirder and weirder and weirder and weirder.
Radioactive Talk on the Talk Radio Network, and we'll return in just a minute.
Okay, ready? My circle in 3. Put on your red shoes and dance the blues. To the song they're playing on the radio.
And it's 25 minutes now in front of the hour. We're into our last half-hour segment of Radioactive Talk on the Talk Radio Network. I'm sorry, go ahead.
We should try to take as many calls as we can if people are interested in calling.
Yeah. The number is 1-800-449-8255. Toll free across America. And here's Sean on line 1.
Hi. Yeah, I have a question. You guys refer to your teacher. Is the person who is your current teacher, is that the same entity that you refer to as having been incarnated 2,000 years ago?
Is the older member the same soul as we refer to as Jesus? Is this Jesus reincarnated another soul? That's her question, as you understand it.
well, we know that mind that is inhabiting that vehicle came from that same source, from that same level with the same information.
How do you know that? What do you have that? What do you have that to compare to?
Well, we simply recognized it when we came, when we heard the information. We recognized it as information that we had heard before.
Pardon me, but it sounds like a form of bondage. It sounds like a slave relationship to me. It sounds like a demonic relationship to me.
Well,
Now, why am I wrong?
Well, in fact, it sounds like the relationship of every cult that's ever existed. Drop everything and follow me.
But beyond that, in your literature, it states here, for example, when a soul, one brought here by the next level, incarnates, it must take control of the body. To the degree that it ceases to perform as a human mammalian sufficiently to establish and sustain a well-founded loyalty, and that is in heavy, bold letters, to the next level through the older member. Now that sounds to me like somebody who is virtually controlling you.
When a representative from that kingdom is sent, the individual who recognizes it literally does have to form a bond with that individual. It's as if you're bonding to a new family. And that bond has to be formed before you can enter that kingdom. You're bonding to it, you're leaving,
But
you're
why?
separating.
That's the design.
So you haven't questioned it, you just accept it. What if I told you that, I mean, what if I said to you, I am one of those people, and I know more than the other person, would you bond to me too?
They would if they recognized you as being one of those people, but they don't recognize
Then
you.
I could do anything I wanted to with you. I could tell you whatever I wanted to tell you and you'd believe me.
We know that that individual is from an evolutionary level above the human level.
Okay, may I ask
We know.
let me ask a pedantic question. Has this person, this might seem like an insulting question, but forgive me. Has this person done anything in your presence, performed miracles, raised the dead, forgive me, but done anything at all, performed in such a way that would cause you to strike such an absolute posture of faith, or not? Is that a fair question?
Or has he just identified you and said, you're one of
I'm
mine?
just curious. I mean, in other words, people follow.
We recognized him. They
Okay.
didn't come and say you.
Understood. That part is understood. But did you recognize him by his works, as we recognized Jesus, for instance? Jesus raised the dead and performed all sorts of miracles that made it rather simple for those of us of any minute ability to recognize that person. Or is it all a matter of absolute faith?
Okay, Sean, a follow-up question?
Yeah, this is kind of more general. I'm curious as to why they speak the way that they do. I mean, it seems like you're intentionally using very mysterious terminology, or you're not saying it in language that would be simple for the average person to understand. Is there a reason for that, or is that, I mean, why do you have to say the word vehicle instead of body? I mean, is there a reason for that?
Okay, Shauna, we'll answer that question in a bit, but I don't want them to step away from the inquiry that we began on. We have another member of this group whose name is
Sawyer.
okay, Sawyer. Sawyer, tell me if you know the answer to my question. How did you recognize the older member? Was it by his works, as we recognize Jesus and other masters who have walked the planet, or was it simply by some other means?
Well, when you know somebody, when you've been in a family, then you know your dad, you know your mom, you know your brother and sister. No one can tell you that you don't know them. Okay, now for us, for some of us it was 18 years ago, when we came in contact with this older member, we saw him speak, we knew the things he was saying, they made sense to us. There was something we had added up in our own head beforehand, and all of a sudden he was saying the things that we already recognized. So we said, well, let's go play this out a little bit, let's go see where this leads. All of a sudden we were with this individual, and he did what he taught. He didn't just say it. He didn't have an affair on the side. He was completely free of sexuality.
A lot of people are like that.
Right, but we stayed with it for 18 years, and he never for an instant even hinted of doing something other than what he taught.
But why the insistence upon the loyalty?
Well,
Why the
our Lord is a jealous
unconditional-
God. God is a jealous God. Look at your Old Testament scriptures if you want to see. He wants somebody that wants to give all to him. He doesn't want just anybody off the street that has their own likes and dislikes and wants to do what they want to do. He's looking for a few good men, like the Marines say. Not just men, but women. You know, there's no gender in that kingdom. And what we are demonstrating by the fact that we don't see the obvious, miracles of raising the dead and the things that supposedly Jesus was reported as having done, we don't see that. So our vehicles, our eyes, we can't perceive that and therefore be convinced in that way. We have to use what we know as a basis of faith to proceed a step at a time. And as you proceed a step at a time with a belief, with faith, then you receive proof. And all of a sudden that proof amounts to something that you can't give to somebody else, just like you were saying, the sign of Jonah. That only Jonah experienced that. And proof is something that you two here in this room will never experience unless you proceed, take a leap yourself. And then you will get proof, and that's how we've responded.
Marvin is on line 2. Marvin, go ahead.
Hello. How are you tonight?
All right.
Good.
Good. I'm a little curious to this thing because sounds like to me the person who's doing this is maybe an apostate, and he's started his own congregation. He might seem, because he's gathered his information from other directions. He's what we're told is the wicked will flatter those who are weak-minded and have them lead them by the nose down to hell with a chain. I think you're being jerked around on your chain. You go right down to hell.
Marvin.
What's a minute? Just a minute. Let me finish.
But stay on the line then, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead, finish up.
And I think, you know, if these people think that some being has come from some other level of some other God kingdom, there's only two kingdoms: kingdom of God and the kingdom of Satan. And that's where they're being led to. And the one that
They're not denying that. They're saying precisely that. Marvin, let me ask you a question with all due respect to your point of view. You're saying that these people are essentially saying things, being jerked around by the chain and all this and all that. Couldn't the same things have been said about Jesus Christ?
No.
No? Well, I beg to differ with you. Not only could they have been said, they were said, and they hung the guy. So